Hello and welcome to this amazing technique that is illustrated in our new catalogue. In this beautiful picture here, featuring the lovely You stamp set, the images have been stamped and then coloured over the top with watercolour pencils to give the images, the stamping, more depth. So I have created this card here, which we did at our Teen Day this week, and we've stamped and coloured then over the top with watercolour pencils. I'll show you how we've done that card. So I've got my piece of cardstock here, and my card is exactly the same as the one in the catalogue. I'm just using different colours that suit my tastes a bit better. So I'm going to use So Saffron for the large flower and just stamp randomly all over my card, thinking about where my greeting might go. Okay, there's the So Saffron flowers done. And then the petal pink flowers. These are my favourite. I love these little blossoms. And another one up here. Maybe one more there. Okay, and then my greenery to fill in the spaces. I'll do the Pear Pizzazz large leaves. Where else? Some there. And then finally, with my soft sea foam, I'll do my little fern branch. A little bit on the edge up there, perhaps a little down there, and there we go, just a tiny bit up there. Okay, the next part of my card is using watercolour pencils, and I've only chosen to give some extra depth to this little blossom flower and to the yellow, the So Saffron flower. So I've used crushed curry watercolour pencil over the top of the So Saffron, and I'm just going to load a little bit of colour just onto the edge of each of those petals, a little bit on the base there, a little bit on there, a little bit on there. Look at the difference between that and that. Now I haven't used any great finesse with my colouring. I've just put a little bit of colour just on the edge of each petal, and it just takes the image up to the next level. Now I discovered this technique when I looked up the supply list that each catalogue comes with. Your demonstrator will be able to let you know. The supply list is on the demonstrator for demonstrators, and the supply list has the list of everything used in every single illustration in the catalogue, and it also has hints and tips. So when I was looking up this card just to see how they got the extra depth of colour, the hints and tips said use your watercolour pencil over the top of the ink to create extra dimension. I think that's a wonderful resource for us all. Doesn't that look amazing? Now we'll add a little bit of Flirty Flamingo over the top of the petal pink. I'm just going to do it just a tiny bit in the corners there. I'm not trying to be realistic. I'm just trying to add a little bit of extra depth of colour to the flowers. Just a hint to, oh, that one's a bit rough, isn't it? There we go. I should probably sharpen my pencil. It'll lay down the colour a bit easier. think it really does take it to the next level. Oh, look, one more. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Alright, now to finish off my card, I'm going to add the label with the just because. So I'm just going to put some Just Jade ribbon down there with my tear and tape. I like to just glue ribbon just at the back because that saves on my ribbon, and also it makes it much flatter than when you tie ribbon all the way around. So I'll just continue my tape there and stick that onto my card base. Got my card base ready. Here's my magnificent take your pick tool to get the backing off the tear and tape. Okay, load that up here. Rightio. Now, the other thing that this great card features is the coordinating punch that comes with the Lovely You stamp set. It's called the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch, and this punch gives you the ability to create 6 different labels, 3 different sizes and 2 styles. So to make my card, I've layered some Just Jade on the wider label. I'm going to push that right till it goes to the very end. Make sure it's straight. I find it easier to use this punch with long pieces of cardstock. With the shorter ones it's a bit tricky trying to keep them exactly straight. And then I've cut this one to 3/4 of an inch, nice and straight in the tracks, and then put the other end in, nice and straight, and my 3/4 inch track. So the sizes are 1/2 an inch for the very middle, then 3/4 of an inch, and then 1 inch. Okay, I've got my 2 labels there ready. And on this one I'll stamp my greeting, and so saffron. This stamp set has an amazing array of gorgeous, lovely mixed font greetings that are really great for every occasion. Really useful stamp set, I believe. So I'm just going to use the Just Because. I'm a big fan of Just Because. Stamp that in the middle there. And then there's this really cute little stamp in the stamp set that works just beautifully at the end of your tag. I'll put that there and there. Isn't that cute? Okay, now to put the rest of my card together. I'll put my Just Because with some dimensionals. And the centre there. There we go. I'll use some tear and tape because that will help anchor my ribbon as well for my label. Oop. There we go. Whoa. Now where do I want to put? I might put that on this side this time because I don't like to hide my pretty pink flowers. There we go. Stick that there. And then finally for my little bow, because I've only stuck the ribbon at the back, it's nice and loose, and I can create my bow here. Oh. There we go. And trim. Look at that beautiful card, inspired by the catalogue, using the lovely U stamp set and the coordinating lovely labels punch. I hope you've been inspired to have a go with your next solid stamping and add a little bit of watercolour pencil to create extra dimension in your colouring. Bye!